Hello everybody, I'm SnipingIsFun, and in this quick, well, maybe it won't be a quick video, but this video I'm doing right now is going to be another, what I wouldn't say it's only haters, but just like what people say about Nintendo kind of thing. And it's basically, people say that Nintendo milks their franchises a lot, and that they don't change their franchises up at all. And if they do, it's not a lot. This is, I don't exactly know where they get all this from, but it does kind of make them sound a little stupid in a sense. I'm not saying they're wrong, but I'm not saying they're right either. They're mostly wrong. They're right in a sense, a little tiny bit, but not a lot. The thing is, when it comes to Nintendo and milking their franchises, yes, they do it, but only to a few franchises. But even when they do it, they don't do it as much as other companies do it. The only franchises I could say that ever get milked by Nintendo are Mario, Legend of Zelda, and Pokemon. But even then, Legend of Zelda doesn't count because they don't exactly milk it, but it's one of their franchises they bring out a lot if you count handheld and console versions. Pokemon gets brought out just not just the main series, but side games on the consoles and side games on the handhelds as well. And of course, Mario comes out a lot. And you know the reason why Mario comes out a lot? Because he's their mascot. That's why he gets a lot of games. But the thing about Mario though is, Mario has a ton of different genres he's in. He's not just the same genre all the time. The Mario 3D series is nothing like Mario Kart, and Mario Party is nothing like 2D Mario, and Mario RPG is nothing like the sports games or anything. They're different. He's in different genres of gaming. He fits into he has Mario Kart, he has the Mario 3D, Mario 2D, Mario RPG, Mario Party, Mario the sports games. He has a lot of different games. But the thing is, Nintendo does not milk as much as other companies. Because let's look at a few other different companies here. Something like Guitar Hero. Activision pretty much brought out a game, sometimes even more than one game, of that franchise every single year. That's milking. Call of Duty pretty much comes out every single year. That's milking a lot. We see sports games like Madden, and soccer games, and the baseball games, and the hockey games, and the basketball games, and Tiger Woods coming out every single year. When companies do something like that, that's milking. That's a lot. Yes, it's yearly released games, but still, that's considered milking. What Nintendo does, and this is only with a few franchises, is not as much milking as those ones. And even then, with about 95% of the franchises, they don't even milk anyway. It's only like a few of them. It's only Mario and Pokemon really. Zelda doesn't even get that thing. It's just Mario and Pokemon because that's like their most selling franchise, and Mario's their mascot. Let's just look at this. When it came to NES, we had 3 Mario games, 2 Legend of Zelda games, 1 Metroid game, we had 1 Punch-Out, we had 1 Excite Bike, we had Mac Rider, and like basically every franchise, Kid Icarus, all got like 1 game. The only two franchises that ever got more than that were Kirby, because Kirby had like what, 3 games or so on the NES, and Mario had 3, and Legend of Zelda had 2. When it came to the Super Nintendo, Mario had like 2 games, and I'm talking about main series Mario games. It's actually 3 really. Mario RPG, Mario World, and not counting All Stars, the Mario World 2 with Yoshi's Island. Legend of Zelda had 1, A Link to the Past. F-Zero and Star Fox got their first ever releases to a console. Same thing with Earthbound. Kirby had like 1 or 2 games. Donkey Kong had the country games, which was, and like back on the NES, he had like 3 games as well. He's the only one that had the most games. Donkey Kong, Kirby, Mario, and Zelda on the NES. There. And I know I'm forgetting a few. I'm not counting handhelds right now. When it came to the Nintendo 64, and Mario Kart came out as well. Nintendo 64, we saw the first ever Mario sports games. We've seen tennis and we've seen golf. Mario had 1 game, which was 64. We've seen 3 Mario Party games. We've seen 2 Legend of Zelda games. We've seen another F-Zero, another Star Fox. The origins of 1080. Wave Race continued on from the Game Boy, which there was a Game Boy 1. Yeah, there was Game Boy 1. And Punch-Out was gone. Punch-Out disappeared for that console. And in Japan, we saw Sin Punishment. And we've seen the first ever Smash Brothers. And Pokemon made its debut besides the handhelds. And that's the Nintendo 64 is the only system console, the only console, home console, that Pokemon ever had a big influence on. Ever since the GameCube and the Wii, it's only been like a few games. It's always been handhelds. Besides that console, which had 5 games. And that was Pokemon Stadium 1, Pokemon Stadium 2, Pokemon Puzzle League, Pokemon Snap, and Hey You Pikachu. After that, they had like 3 games. Like it was like 3 games on the GameCube, which were the Pikachu channel thing, or whatever it was, in Coliseum and XD Gala Darkness. When it came to the GameCube, we had 2 Zelda games, one which was Twilight Princess, which was a Wii and a GameCube game, 2 system releases, and Wind Waker, of course. We've seen like 1 main Mario game, which was Sunshine. We've seen 1 F-Zero. We've seen 3 Star Fox, which was the first time it's ever had that many console releases. Kirby and Donkey Kong had like minor games that generation, like Donkey Kong, like Jungle Beat and Donkey Kong and stuff like that. Wave Race had 1 game. 1080 had 1 game. Stuff like that. And Punch-Out was still gone. And Animal Crossing made its debut in America. And stuff like that. Excitebike was gone too, which had 1 game on Nintendo 64 as well. When it came to the Wii, we've had 3 Mario games, 1 Zelda game on our way to getting the second one. We've had 1 official Kirby game. We've had 1 official Donkey Kong game, besides those like Jungle Beat ones, which are side games as well. We've had, I'm trying to think now what else we had 2 Metroid games. Trilogy doesn't count; it's just a collection. We've had a various few Mario sports games, and Mario Party continued, but only had 1 Mario Party game this generation. When like last generation we had 4. And Mario Sports got like baseball last generation, and this one in soccer, and basically just continued this one with Mario Sports Mix added on. And we still haven't got golf or tennis for Mario. And Mario Party's been gone for a couple of years. It was like 2007 the last one came out. And Wii Party's not a Mario Party game. It may be similar, but it's not. It's just like this one thing. When Fire Emblem basically didn't come out to America until like the Game Boy Advance, and then we've seen 1 GameCube and 1 Wii, and there's 2 DS games, one of which is not even out in America yet, and I hope it's really revealed at E3. And we don't know when the next Fire Emblem 3DS and when Project Cafe comes out, when Fire Emblem for that's going to come out, so you know, that's going to continue. The thing about this though, Nintendo, with majority of franchises, don't even milk at all, because guess what? They only bring out at least 1 game a generation. With 1080, with Wave Race, with F-Zero, Star Fox, Kirby, Donkey Kong. You know, all the lesser known Nintendo franchises get, if anything, 1 game a generation. Punch-Out hasn't been seen since Super Nintendo and made its return to the Wii. And there's a couple of franchises from last generation, or even a generation before that or so, that haven't been seen in a couple of generations and still haven't been seen on the Wii, like Star Fox and F-Zero and Wave Race and 1080 Snowboarding. I haven't seen a version this generation at all, except for Star Fox Command on the DS. It's just one of those things. How can Nintendo milk when majority of their franchises only get at least 1 game a generation, and that's both that's 1 for a console, 1 time for a handheld. Usually handhelds get more, because when Pokemon they get like different versions and then the side games and everything. And last generation there was 2 console F-Zeros and 3 handheld ones, but we didn't get one console, one handheld here in America. And we didn't get any Game Boy Advance Star Fox or anything either. Like, that's one franchise that was there. And then basically when it comes to handheld, we've seen two Advance Wars on the Game Boy Advance and 2 Advance Wars on the DS. And we still haven't got one on 3DS yet, but that will be sooner or later down the line. And Golden Sun is only a handheld series, and it started back out in 2001, and it's only had 3 games since then. 3 in like a 9-year time span. 3. Elite Beat Agents had 1 game, and then in Japan, the Oiden, I forgot how you